teams, they swing it back around and something else happens.
You know, you think of like, this is like the world's worst boxers. You know, it's like really finesse, like dodge, dip, back and forth. This is just like giant haymaker, back and forth, like taking turns. It's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots or something here.
There we go. Rocky Balboa, Apollo Creed. It's back again. God, nobody.
I know.
A boomer.
Yeah, yes.
That's terrible.
Bad.
I'm sorry, Chad.
Dude, I said Rock'em Sock'em Robots. No way. I don't think they know what that is. They're like,
God.
you mean hungry hippo?
Yeah.
I know that's one.
What are you talking about?
That's Ame. He's the hungry hippo. Because every time I look at him, he's just going from camp to camp, munching them all up there, and approaching that heart.
That could be one of those things that makes the difference. But to be honest, you still just have so much burst damage. Queen of Pain does feel like one of those weird heroes, though, where like for a while she just feels so incredibly strong, and then eventually it's like, oh, well, what happens? Going for the Shiva's Guard, like it a lot. The regen reduction that you're going to get out of that, and a little bit extra burst. But I wonder if this heart is going to be too much for Secret to deal with.
Well, that's the issue, right? It's the reason why Queen of Pain feels like that sometimes is it comes down to your itemization, right? It's like, do you go an AC build or do you go more like a Shiva's build? And the Shivas is the kind of stuff that might like slow you down a little bit. However, in this situation, it is an alchemist, so you're going to get some benefits, right, with the idea of just like slowing down that regen. So it's a much better item in this case, even if you want the sustained damage, just because you're reducing that regen that the alch needs, especially when you're doubling up with it with the heart.
Not bad, not bad at all. So where do we go from here now? After that last punch in the face, LGD, the one that is on top by about 5k gold. Roche, available if any team wins a fight nearby the pit. But I don't think anybody feels comfortable just going in there. And look at this little kobold running around, scouting things out. This is the thing, right? You never know if there's like a mag and a smoke right behind that one.
Yep. Potentially with a horn toss pretty soon here. I was wondering when Zai was going to go for it, because it feels like it really fits the way he likes to play. You know, he's got the creativity. Horn toss is just another tool in the kit there. It's like he's baiting. He's like stutter stepping this kobold.
Oh yeah, this is. They also caught an ignite afterwards, trying to bait this Queen of Pain illusion. But I think LGD know what's going on right now, and they're not going to fall for it. Secret sit up on this high ground. And again, having this mid-tier 1 tower still alive at this 26-minute point in the game, it's so valuable from Secret. It's like this sort of just this impenetrable wall.
All right, so Y is making a huge call here. He circled that ward because he thinks that this is my train of thought. I believe that Y believes that Secret have a ward, or sorry, that Secret know that LGD have a ward on that high ground because they knew that it was an illusion.
Okay.
That's their giant brain. So he wants to come and camp this because he thinks they're going to come over and D-ward.
Okay, so
and he like circled it and was like, they're going to come over here, guys.
That makes sense. And that's the big question
They
mark.
didn't run over there.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, Dota so often is just those, like, small micro things that could happen. And
yeah, but then you make that call and
exactly,
it works,
then
and
you
you're
win.
You're a genius.
So where are we at? This is going to be Shiva's Guard done. Oh, the Clockwork Flare is always so good. But it's just this sort of stare down across the river, looking for Roche. And it does look like we're starting to get in towards some Aghanim Scepters here as well in a little bit. A Blast Rig for Faith.
All right, so now you can mess around in the Roche Pit, right? Because you have the heart. There's not a huge punish here. You know, he's going to be like full HP. It's fine. Just sitting, not ulting, hanging out.
And it's going down pretty quickly. Oh, Secret. Hook shot in. They find Matumba Man. Able to catch him in the cogs. Have to be careful. But Nisha jumps the back line. Able to find one, but the invis, it's there. They get the isolation, though. It's a trouble. Onto 2. Trying to bring him down. Ame down to half HP, but he's walking away. Matumba Man trying to go for that chase down. Faith Beyond. The isolation and chase with the echo. They blow up Nisha. No buyback for him. Ame still lives through this, but eventually will be brought down. He has buyback, but you use it right now.
Can't do it. There's no death profit.
Oh, man. What a win for Secret there. I mean, they lose Nisha, but that was able to isolate the rest of LGD into death position.
Matu has no concerns about sustained damage. Like, Bloodlust and Empower, he just stands, he's just swinging this tree, clubbing them down. The two heroes were also clumped up there from LGD, so he's getting maximum value on every single swing. And I think this is a safe Roche attempt here. I don't know what the angle is to make this. I'm sure Y's going to try something.
Well, and you can see right here again, they're going to go for that hook shot in. Actually, maybe going to go for the fight, but the replay of the battle here, it was set up by Zai. You know, this mag that we've been seeing become so important in these ones as well. Jumping back in the base.
Zai.
They caught him, blows up. down and dead. Faithbeyond ends up paying for it, but they kill him off.
All right, I'll take that 1-for-1. A little shocked it worked, to be honest, but I was hoping to maybe mess up with the roshing there.
They drop just an egg shard on the ground. Hopefully somebody comes and picks. Guys, hello? Somebody, go get it. That's an important item there. Yeah, it's one thing to leave it in the Roche pit. It's another just to leave it on your high ground in front of
Yapstar actually already has his too. So yeah, and so does Puppey.
I guess Nisha. That's a pretty good one.
He's actually the only one. Zai bought his too.
Wow.
How often does that happen? Second Roche, there's like only one person who can even take it.
Not super often, has to be said. So 30-minute mark now, and the game still very close. And, you know, this 2K gold lead, I feel like Matumba Man is starting to get into the very scary territory where he can actually go toe-to-toe with the Owl. DD rune picked up by Nisha.
Yeah, Nisha still not going to have a solution, though, if that happens again with XinQ, right? Just, like, blinking in there and, like, not having anything to deal with the invis.
Smoking to the Aegis. The big wraparound. They're just trying to get the tier 1 here, maybe? I mean, Secret has
follow the couriers. Follow the little breadcrumbs.
Oh, they're gonna be under vision, though. They see all of this. Yeah, Secret sees everybody. Oh no. Oh, this could be bad for LGD. They gotta get out of there. Take down the vision to start. Now the Avalanche catches onto XinQ. Sure, trying to back away. A little bit awkward. Good stun afterwards with that shard, but the toss back onto the creep, in fact. And Ame's gonna stun himself. Oh my god, Matumba Man, what a play there with the hook shot in, trying to keep Ame alive and from dropping too low. Matumba Man in trouble, but the Cogs push back, almost gets him to the low ground, but he's able to get away. Sonic Wave on the other side. Nisha now isolated, silence, no answer, dead. They take down another. But where else can they find action?
Oh, he couldn't get him!
Oh, he gets vision off! There's the stun, and now the Sentry Ward dropped down. Can they chase him? We know he's invis still. And the Link he ends up catching.
He gets
it, Matumba Man comes in there and finds another kill. Wait, they can't get him. He's on the wrong side of the fissure. Throws out the stun.
What is happening?
Matumba Man living. How can they get him alive? Oh my god, they bring him down once. Where's the rest of the team? They have to walk back out with the clockwork. He's not with the rest of the team yet. Ame trying to live, gets the ulti off, down to low HP. Matumba Man needs a couple more swipes to do it, but the turn and the BKB, they don't have the control side, pulls him to the other side. Faithbeyond trying to salvage this. Everybody is alive on such speed, but they jump in, and the echo afterwards. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. Yapstar trying to salvage this Zai now, pulls him away, but there's no more damage left from LGD. Secret, can they find any cleanup kills? Yo, what is happening?
These fights are unbelievable.
Unfreaking believable. Wise gonna get caught right there. Another skewer, and now the pullback. Nothing to say. Trying to walk out of there. Secret somehow, some way. We know the fear. Oh my god. Dude, the Death Prophet. Unbelievable. Spirit Siphon ends up getting him with the shard, and now they walk back in and Zai able to live again. Dude. How long has this fight been happening? Zai ends up dying to XinQ. What in the world did we just watch?
I don't know who won this fight, guys. I'm going to be real. All right, I'm just going to level with you.
I don't even know any. I mean, Secret in the end, 3K gold up. They end up. I feel like this is still a win for them. It's got to be. What an unbelievable series of events. And in the end, you know, we've still got a while now until Roche is going to respawn.
Yeah, that's really what just happened, is that Roche is now gone, and they didn't lose any objectives. So, like, oh, what is the replay?
The game's going to be over by the time the replay's done.
So this was a key moment, because this is when, like, Matsu's, like, almost certainly going to go down, right? And it's like, what's happening after the Aegis? He gets a nice pick onto XinQ.
Oh, yeah.
This gets all weird. I don't even know who's Force Staff. I think this is Puppey's Force Staff. And then Zai comes over. Like, if you look to the left on the minimap, like, Zai was coming through. And that was the big play, because he was waiting for the respawn. And then Faithbeyond hides right down under those trees just to the south of where Ame is right now. He waited so long for that Echo Slam.
And during this entire series event, the entire replay, look on the mini-map, the Clockwork is running this entire time. He's been running the whole moment and finally gets back in at the last second to try and turn this fight back around.
Actually steals the Echo so late, too.
Unbelievable. Dude, YapzOr, what a god.
All right.
How often is stolen Echo the play? You know?
Yeah.
How many instances is that actually good? Because you don't get the aftershock. Like,
still felt good there, that's for sure.
It's what they needed. What a player. What a game. What a series. This is the type of Dota we've been waiting 2 years for.
Yeah, that is for sure. And, well, Ame just keeps, every fight he comes with something new to show off. And this time it's the overwhelming blink that gets completed there. That is 4,280 HP, even with the armlet off.
I literally have no idea who's going to end up coming out on top in this next one. It feels like it's entirely upon...
I feel like it's on
God.
Matu.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, he missed it. The horn toss didn't connect. Oh, careful. Oh, Zai, you make one bad play, but YapzOr able to pull him away, and Puppey going to be the lone one left behind to die.
I don't think they can kill Ame without Matu.
Wait a minute, though. Tumble Man, any way to get him out of there?
No.
Okay.
The block.
That was close.
He even had to spend his eggs for that, too.
Just like that. We're again back in sort of holding formation while we wait for Roche, but I mean, where are the wards even at right now? Secret have a good one that's over in the Dire side, and able to drop down another. There's the horn toss play that they needed. Able to catch. Faith Beyond looking for the jump. Stolen Fissure. Sonic Wave afterwards. Zai lives. Nothing to say, dies.
That was a great jump because they saw Ame on this really deep ward that they have in the top jungle. So they knew that he was up there and wasn't going to be available for a potential fight.
And again, the slaughter continues in this one. Dropping down that ward right before the fight ended up happening too, which allows YapzOr to now come into this next one with a fissure. They'll place one on the side of LGD up on this high ground to get ready for that next Roche fight, which we know is going to be coming in a little while here. Most likely the next objective. It still is crazy that Secret's been able to hold this tier 1 tower.
I think Nisha's game is kind of hard at this point, too.
Okay.
Thinking about building into a Kaya and Sanj, and it's just like, how much does that change in these fights, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're thinking about like the sights and stuff, but it doesn't feel like that's going to be enough. Just trying to live and keep a consistent damage output happening, because it's a bit difficult for them right now. Oh, they want Ame, though. Again, the big hero. They want the heroes in behind.
Looking for it. Matumba Man gets Faith Beyond. No counter initiation play to come. But will they be able to do anything here? Oh, the refresh. Why? Pushes him back yet again. Zai horn toss. But there's the Ghost Scepter keeping him alive a little bit longer on that Sky, but not long enough. Matumba Man going toe-to-toe with Ame. Has to back out of there. Has the stun in just a moment. Throws it out. Able to connect onto Nisha. But they're down one person right now on LGD. Oh, but the throw in!
Forward.
Dude! YapzOr is so good at Dota.
Matu knows. He's a great idea on these fights. Just like kill everyone else.
Yes.
Right? Leave Ame alone. Kill all the other heroes. And then hopefully we'll be 5v1. That is the ideal situation, because everything is on Ame right now.
And again, this goes back to what you were talking about in the draft, this idea that they have of just, you know, they took this Earthshaker and Secret are like, we're going to pick this Rubik. And it feels like since YapzOr's gotten his items, the last couple of minutes and all of the mobility, he's been the one that's turning around these fights and making the plays for Secret. Constantly able to find the initiation, jump in, Ame. Wants to beat away, but the fissure's there. X marks the spot where Matumba Man stunned. But meanwhile, they pull him back in on the other side of the fissure's RP. Every single thing dropped on Ame's head, and they take him down.
I think he started somewhere near the tier 3 there. You know, there's a lot of mobility happening right now to this poor Alchemist.
Tiny's still just so good. And this Ogre Shard, everything working in favor for him. They get the lift up afterwards. Matumba Man says, you want to fight? Get on in this one. They take down that Clockwork. Able to control the Matumba Man, though. Oh, but again, the Force Staff, the double Force Staff. And then they got the lift afterwards in case they need it. Nothing to say. The chase down Zai. Way up in there. Silence jumps out again and able to TP out.
No,
whoa,
the
Faith Beyond says no. You can't do that one. Skewer to the low ground. What kind of initiation is that? The ultimate bait to pull him out of the base. Nothing to say. Wants to chase some more. They don't even have Nisha with them right now. Oh, did nothing to say, overextend. Matu right on top of him. Now the turn, Atos, good chunk of damage. The follow-up, it's there! They blow him up! Just when you think they're out, they pull him back in. They take down Matu, dead for 90 seconds.
Wow. That was 2,400 damage just from Sky. No Agnums or anything. Just pure Sky Wrath Mage and that level 20 talent. The bonus reduction.
Unbelievable. And now Roche has spawned again.
That actually made the buyback in the Alchemist feel worth it, despite losing so much.
And I mean, you can see that there's a broad spectrum of damage from LGD. Right now from Secret, it's all tiny. So when he's dead, like this game opens up for LGD. They have 60 seconds to really, you know, place their claim on the map.
And again, you see the Flare coming into the Roche pit from the Clockwork, value from the 5. Zai has to supplement that for his own team using the Helm Creep. He's setting this in there, doing a lot of scouting with this throughout the game. So they will at least know if LGD going the pit, but I don't know if they can actually contest it.
Again, just the absolute mayhem that this game has been as we get the Chemical Rage. Movement speed, oh
Poppy. Look at this positioning. He wants to pop the smoke on the vision of the creep, but they go too far wide.
Yapsor up on the high ground. Gets away, jump in though, they find one.
Yapsor, he's getting hook shot.
Oh,
the toss over!
They chase down, looking for a way out, but it's not going to happen. And they actually managed to get out of there with Puppy as well. Okay. So with that, you're going to see Puppy retreat. Do they dare go into Roche and try and clean this one up?
Beautiful delay. I mean, that's all you can ask for, right?
Yeah.
You get Matu back alive. They didn't get Roche. The Radiant even wondering, did they do it? You know, are they in there right now?
Well, just like that, they pull it back together and getting the next tier of neutral items online. You were talking about the scythe that Nisha could have gone for, decides to pick that one up instead of finishing the Kaya Yasha.
I like that a lot.
Or Kaya
I think it's just like, what is the Kaya going to do? You know, I think he was probably just considering, like, if he had to buy it and still hold buyback, that he didn't want to lose a bunch of gold. So now you have something big here. And this is actually like an answer. Like, there's no Aeon Discs or anything. He can just, like, go for Xingqiu or something.
Right, but we do see this, the Ascetics cap for both teams on Nisha as well as for Xingqiu. So, again,
don't need an Aeon Disc.
Yeah, well, I mean, it can still help, if we're going to be honest. But, yeah. What could be the last fight here, I mean, maybe not, to be honest. The way these games have been going, it's just so psychotic. But we're what now? Almost 60 kills within 41 minutes?
Some good Dota.
Looking for an opening now. Secret, Matumba Man. With the Moon Shard done, he hits rather quickly. He can take people down in an instant. Does he want to go in, though?
Let's look at Wise, especially with that sentry there. Oh, now, of course, as a clock, where you do give yourself away here, Matu knows he's there.
Ooh, the initiation again from Rubik. Dude, the shard, it was meant to be good, but now they don't have it for the save. Why? Jumps out the other side. There's the catch, though, from Zion to both the cords. Can they bring him down? They need to find this kill onto Ame. Looking for it. Nisha, in the meantime, takes down the Clockwork. And look at the silence on a Faith Beyond. He can't do anything. Has to pop the BKB. Tries to run away, but this is not good enough from LGD. Faith Beyond barely able to get the escape, but this at the very least is Roach and maybe more. Good Yule Scepter. Nothing to say. Probably salvaged the game right there. But nonetheless, this is still a huge loss for LGD, and what a great initiation from Secret.
Man, they are really pulling out all the tricks. But between their heroes, right, they have so many different ways that they can use their mobility to get in these fights and just create an advantageous situation. It feels like LGD have to start every fight with some sort of a counter initiation play that just feels like you're trying to hold, you know? They're not getting any sort of like, oh, this is, say, a good turning moment right now. Part of that is just Matu's damage. I mean,
are they just looking to try and finish this one off? I mean, you're so
There's no Alchemist, dude. They, you know.
Oh my God, and that's so much of their damage. Granted, I mean, they need a huge hold here from the rest of the heroes. Able to not give up that fissure from
their only hope is Matu, no BKB, and Skywrath Mage, right? It's the only way they can kill him, but the BKB's back now.
It's just so much damage. It's so difficult. They need a full chain stun from him. There is still a tier 2 tower in this bottom lane. And it looks like that's going to be enough to stop the Mega Creeps. Now Secret, back away, go to try and clean up Roche. And that last fight has completely opened things up for Secret here. Like you're talking about, so much mobility. I think this is the best Ag Shard Rubik game I've ever seen.
Yeah, you don't see you use that offensively very often. He's had some very good saves as well with it so far. And kind of curious who gets his Agnes. Oh, we're giving it to Tiny. Let's go. Oh, no, we're not. Just Queen of Pain, then?
Oh, give it to Yapsor. There it is.
Ah,
Let's go.
all right, the crowd likes that. They love eggs on Rubik.
Maybe one last series of wild rides coming out here. And, oh, we've got a refresher on Zai. All the stops are coming out. LGD are going to have to play their hearts out here if they want to hold from a 27,000 gold deficit. Nothing to say. Doing some dance moves to get ready for an exorcism. But this is where they want to stake their claim. This is where they want to hold the high ground.
Octarine, Ags, Rubik. That's insane. Ags is on Rubik's one of the best feeling ones for support players, right? Like 1.5 seconds on the spell steal with the Octarine is unbelievable. He just gets every spell that he wants.
Q drops it down, trying to force that BKB, but a save again.
It's so good versus Sky, and the specific only way we kill them, right? Like,
yeah.
How do you actually stop him from being saved like that? There's no way to do it.
No. I mean, it's just going to be there no matter what. 97% win probability.
That's generous.
LGD, I mean, it's going to take everything.
Wow, they really believe in LGD.
Apparently.
That's what I'd say.
But a biased coordinator. 26K. There's the control fissure.
What's going on with Matu's eye? Oh, I see. He's got the Swift blade coming in.
Who needs boots?
No. Unnecessary.
Literally cosplaying a rock.
I like how he just doesn't eat the moon shard. He's like, no, that is so not worth it. I concur.
Control again. Where's the save? Okay, force staff afterwards. Oh, and there's the toss in. Zinq down low, taking a lot of damage. Matumba Man almost able to kill him, but not quite. Zinq lives. The dunk comes out from Faith Beyond, but it's not enough. They don't have the control that they need. Can they kill him off? Matumba Man gonna go down once. Can they do it again? Sai with a big pullback. It's so much damage out there, but the Aeon Disc, he assembles it. Oh, really well played by Nothing to Say. That keeps him alive, so that's Aegis down.
They did miss the hook shot, though, for a potential chance there to maybe get a good fight started. But Zinq wasn't really close enough either, went all the way back to the fountain. So.
Right. I mean, that's as good of a first hold as you're going to get.
So there was cheese was spent.
They still have one more on Nisha.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that was the only one, actually. No, because the second Rosh no more. But yeah, it's Aegis down, and still that Aghanims for the Rubik. What's the plan for Secret? I guess that with this DD, do they just go?
they eventually just walk forward and win, I think, at this point. Even without the Aegis, like, they must feel like they're so strong at the moment. Everyone has buybacks but Matu as well, so we might see some returns to the fight here if things go a little bit poorly on the high ground.
Always a little bit scary. Just go high grounds. We've seen more than a few games that are, less than 1% chance and been able to pull it back because of some poor high ground decision making. Secret obviously been in that position before themselves. Try and take this as slow as possible as long as it's in a safe way. But DD out, ready to go. Tumba Man, do you dare? Got all the save in the world right in front of him. Jump forward.
He just goes. Wants the Swift Blink on this tower. They do dispel it. That's pretty nice.
That's good. Control out there, down to about half HP. Finding one. That's a good one to get. Y goes down, no buyback. 60 seconds.
That was pretty clever. He made a lot of chaos right next to the Rubik, which was delaying the save, right? You saw Matsu was actually taking quite a bit of damage for a little bit there.
There's so much from the other ones. Force staff, everything else. Another round, fissure. Away. Dude, the blink and the pullback. So much.
Dude, how is that real?
Oh, nicely played. Nothing to say. Aeon Disc, though. The horn toss afterwards, doing everything they can to try and keep this DP alive. Nisha blacks away afterwards. Control out from Faith Beyond. Zinq back in it. But now with an exorcism down, the constant go-in that we're seeing from Secret.
Oh, but relentless here, though.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going back. I mean, they don't have to worry about any of their waves, obviously. Just looking for another opportunity to jump in. Slowly, I say slowly destroying the racks.
Lift up, pull away.
It takes a lot of blinkins, but once he starts swinging, there's not much stopping him. Almost three-shot it.
That was an Aghanim spot for the Alchemist, too. So I'm not sure who he gives that one to.
I feel like maybe Shaker. Oh, no, Sky. Zinq for sure. He's trying to abuse the fact that there's no BKB, right? You try and burn the BKB and go for the double.
Seems reasonable. Yeah, if they can get that, that's a ton of damage. Like, if 2 heroes get caught and you're able to get that Mystic Flare down,
it would not be wise to go high ground without Matu's BKB. That is how you wind up with a massive comeback, right? So, Secret discussing that. They will finally just say, you know, they hung around just in case LGD actually left the base. Oh no, Matu. No, it's coming back,
he has his BKB
right?
back.
We're good, we're good.
So they're going to go back in for another round of this one, try and take down. Not going for the rain tracks. Slowly and steadily going to whittle down the melee instead.
Just mixing them up. We'll never see this one coming.
What's the range on that telekinesis? It just looks insane how far away he can cast it from.
It's massive, yeah. Some big stuff.
God, they have to find Yapzor, but he's just staying constantly smoked up behind.
Q smoked up. Ame. Y as well. They're looking for good angles here.
This is what they need. This is their moment. The pull back in, nothing to say. Down low HP, Aeon disc out, but the catch now onto the Rubik, trying to bring him down. Yapzor dead. Buys back immediately. Why? Push back onto Puppey. Is it going to be good enough? They pull him back in. Zai tries to get the RP off. It is going to connect onto one. Nothing to say. Still living through this, but with the 2 supports dead, and now the silence onto Faith Beyond, it's so hard for all of LGD to fight. The stun is going to come out eventually from Ame, but they just don't have what it takes. A buyback from Faith Beyond. Nothing to say. Down very low. He too will eventually die. A big echo out, but is it enough? Nisha trying to bring him down. He gets the blink out though. The silence off to the side. Nisha running away. GG is going to be called, and Secret going to take game number 1. This one was beautiful. That was a classic.
Yeah, there were certainly some unbelievable fights that shall be remembered, but it felt like a lot of this game was just like LGD trying to hold on and trying to make up for some of the things that happened right around that 15 to 20 minute-ish stage of the game.
Right, absolutely. And I think that's like, I don't know, what you were talking about in the draft, that decision to ban out the Snapfire and then go for the Earthshaker and leave the Rubik in, it felt like that came back to bite them.
That was a gamble. that
was
like they like raised and they looked at their cards again. They're like, oh no,
that's a 2 and a 7.
This was a mistake.
Oh no, what have we done? Yeah.
Turned out it was a royal flush of beautiful Rubik plays from Yapzor.
Look at us mixing metaphors. That's so good. Nailed it.
Nice.
All right, everybody, we're going to be back in just a little bit for game number 2. See you then. Welcome back, all you wonderful people out there. Hope you enjoyed that game number 1. We definitely did. That thing was wild. God, like collectively, we all I think needed to take a break after that one. We're talking about it. Tell me what you just felt about like sort of what that game kind of meant as far as where we were the past couple of years and where we are now again.
That was good Dota.
Yeah,
that was like win or lose. I felt like those are the best team fights I've watched in 2 years.
Yeah,
like it's just I don't know. You have all these expectations into a fight, and you wonder like, oh, what's this hero gonna do, and like where should they be playing in an ideal position?
Right.
It felt like all the time everyone was in the ideal position.
It's true.
It was crazy.
And on top of that, it was like sort of the individual like outplay that you saw from each player. It was just wild. Like I kind of felt like there was a moment, particularly in that fight, like in the bottom Radiant jungle, where everything was like starting to pop off, and like there were fissures being thrown out, and then players being like pulled back and forth on either side of that. Where I just kind of I don't know. It was just a whole nother beast in terms of what we had seen previously versus what we're seeing now.
Yeah, I think what made that fight so incredible too is this. Like, there weren't a lot of mistakes in these fights. Like, there were some things where it's, like, missed skill shots and stuff, but it was more so a chain reaction of just, like, there were so many saving mechanics coming up between, like, Force Staffs and Telekinesis, and they were always used to the utmost, like, possibilities and potentials there. And, like, so much happened in the early game, too, that we didn't talk about. Like, the way Zai played with that Helm Creep, too. You know? If this game ended earlier, more of the focus is on him, and the way that he helped, like, shift that entire momentum of the early game with a couple of solo kills onto Nothing to Say. Zai and Matsu were absolutely unbelievable, and it looks like the lobby may have failed here.
We're going to get back into it, so you're going to get to hang out with us, which, again, they got to do in...
yeah, you're in offline mode. That's not good.
It's not good.
No, that's not quality. We may need some assistance here.
Sometimes when Dota's so good, it just breaks it all. It just breaks our minds, breaks everything. That's fine, because there's so much to talk about.
Like, yeah, we essentially... It was kind of cool, though, because we had, like, a stack of, like... Every fight created a new expectation. You know how there's like a meta in drafting, all right? We talk about how the draft changes in the as like the TI progresses, and then every single series, and then the grand finals where it really is at its peak, because sometimes the teams have even played each other, and it's just a continuation of their last series, building and changing everything. These team fights were like that, right? Every single time we're coming with a new tool, a new save, a new Force Staff, a new Telekinesis shard, and this mental stack starts happening with the players. And the way that it worked in this fight and why it was so beautiful was because of like all the tools that YapzOr has creates a stack that doesn't exist for a lot of heroes, because he's looking for certain steals and stuff, which then goes in the mental of every player in LGD of like, how do I cover that spell?
Right.
And you saw how Wyatt tried to factor into that. You need to get back in the lobby.
There it is.
To try and cancel it out YapzOr by like trying to hit this big hook shot, right? He's like, I gotta get rid of this Rubik. This Rubik's just this giant saving hero right now. Yeah. And YapzOr was just so far back because this new Arcane Supremacy. Why does he get to be like?
It doesn't make sense.
Outside, like 2 screens away.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway.
You want to tell me real quick
those
what the
fights
password
were
is?
Beautiful. No, wow, I almost did it because I was really proud that I remembered from earlier. Yeah, don't look, guys. All right. Yeah. This is like at the bank when you got to make sure no one's watching your pin.
Exactly.
Okay?
Otherwise, things
can
go
you
badly.
imagine if you leaked it live on stream? That would be very
so
embarrassing.
Good.
All right, hurry, go, quick.
Yeah, we're good. Let's go.
Before there's some real tacticians out there on Twitch.
Yeah, they're listening to the audio files and trying to figure out what we're pressing. So one of the things that sort of stuck out to me with what you're talking about there of like the stack Dota of what all the different things are, was also like how it changed as you got each and every one of those tools, and then also the vision element to it, right? Because you had on one side the clockwork, which is throwing out those flares, and then on the other side, Zai had to make up for that vision disadvantage with the Helm Creep. And so he just kept on sending those kobolds in there, and sometimes they would die, and it was like 250 gold to not lose a fight terribly. It was like a trade-off that happened there.
True. I mean, you're just feeding away a little bit more every single time.
Exactly.
But that's all right.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be one thing to watch for is like if we even end up with a similar set of heroes. Like I'm trying to think about like what you would change in the draft to actually go into game number 2, and
it pains me. I will say it does pain me. I'm not so sure about the Y clockwork. I think he made a lot of mistakes in the late game.
Really?
I think it's an incredibly hard hero to play. So I don't even know how much I can follow. Why am I offline now?
Don't worry.
They took my internet and gave it to you.
Exactly. I'm the important one here.
This isn't
Get out
fair.
of here.
But yes. So the problem essentially becomes like if you miss those hook shots in the end, those can be game-winning plays. And unfortunately, I think he did make quite a few flubs at the end, but I don't know how much you can blame because it's also like he was going for desperation plays.
Exactly.
So I won't be like upset if they pick the clockwork again, but I do think that he's got to work on that.
Right. Well, and one of the things that sticks out to me was that it felt like there's some games where a team loses pretty badly. This was a game where Secret won, if that makes sense, right? Like they
yes, that does make. Hold on, let me check
getting
here.
to a
Oh wait,
point.
I was gonna look it up and see who won, but I'm
you know what I
offline,
meant.
so.
Listen, you guys know what I meant too.
Okay.
What it means is like that like there's some times where a team just makes so many mistakes that like eventually the other team, just by virtue of like doing nothing, is going to be able to capitalize on those mistakes. I felt like Secret was like sort of actively sort of pushing their limits constantly, looking for more and more plays, and like kind of outplaying them to a certain extent at points. And I think that was more by virtue of what you were talking about, of having those extra elements to play with the Yapsor pullback.
Yeah.
The Shard really, it was impressive.
I definitely underrated that Shard.
I think we need to ban out the Rubik if you're LGD.
It looks absolutely ridiculous. Once you're at that point, especially once the Octarine came out. I mean, that was just like, what was that?
I mean, like, think about how far like Batrider Lasso pulls somebody. You know, it's like
that's basically Rubik. Yes.
But like saving your allies or initiating, and then like they can go for that extra play afterwards with a blink. Because like,
especially the one out of Invis, that's so tricky. It's like throwing an Invis Tiny on top of someone.
Because it stuns, too, when it lands.
Yeah, and usually, now you don't have to waste your Silver Edge hitting all that stuff, too, right?
And also, on top of that, you can go for, like, that means that your Blink Dagger's not going to have the long cooldown of initiation, right?
Yeah,
so,
true.
like, even if you get hit when you're in there, you can pull out of the fight, and then you blink back in, so you have a second round of initiation.
Yeah, that's good.
It was awesome.
Hey, I'm back online.
That's the way to be. Yeah, I think vision is going to be really important. I wouldn't mind seeing LGD maybe go for like a Night Stalker or something. Try and see if they could cut things down that way.
We had a couple yesterday, I believe.
Right.
Oh, speaking of which, that was our first Alchemist.
Oh, yeah. And that lost.
It did lose.
Well, maybe they'll be able to pull it back this time. They went for the gotcha hero, but they got. And now going into this game number 2, I'm going to take a risk.
Oh, you took a risk.
We're getting ready to go into this game, and the draft is up. I was taking the risk. I was doing my intro as we were loading in, and I was worried that we weren't going to load in.
After just failing a load-in, you went for that on the TIA stream.
That's the way to be.
Dangerous, man.
We got a draft for all you fine folks out there. Let's go into it.
Oh, you're insane. That was insane as those team fights. Right there. Yeah, it's contagious, apparently.
I'm a firework or something.
You're not going to sing again, are you?
No.
All right, good. Just making sure.
I don't want to get us DMCA'd.
You're that close to Katy Perry? You can snipe that? Yeah, actually, we hang out. Yeah, that's cool. Well, we're coming in here, and no reserve time used. All right. They just took the 30 seconds on their IO ban here.
Same as before.
I have to imagine that the players are recuperating quite a bit from that game, because that was wild. That looked mentally taxing to play in.
I mean, some of those games where you just get like more than a kill a minute, it really, I can imagine, has got to be taxing as well. But I guess you get more time to think about what you're going to do next because you're dead.
I feel like sometimes it's kind of clowny.
Okay.
And in a way, it's like almost not tiring. But I feel like with how well everyone played those team fights, there was not a lot of clowning happening there. That wasn't just like, oh, we're really good at Dota and passively just like, playing like this. That was like incredible focus, it looked like, from all 10 players.
True. So, IO ban, Monkey ban. Now we've got Wyvern and Tiny. So Wyvern was banned last game, but I think it was the second phase.
It was second phase, yep.
So now they're taking the Tiny out. This leaves open a couple of different options here. And I think, to me at least, I feel like the Tiny was very integral in terms of like everything that they were doing in that game. Did they decide to go for the Pango? Are we going to see the... See, they just go straight for the Ogre. Dude, this is the puppy.
He believes.
He really likes it.
This is the first time they have opened just straight up Ogre.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So what are the 2-3 combos of value that you could see here from LGD? Of course, we've lost the IO, so no IO +1. They could go for their Clock Death Prophet again if they want to. Right? That would be the third time they've done that.
Okay.
So it would just be another tool they like. But we're going a different direction here. We're going to go for the Tide Hunter and the Snapfire. So main season, there was a lot of Tide Mirana, I feel like, across the teams, especially in other regions. But LGD, they're much more about the Snapfire.
So you feel like this is Zinq, he's been the best Snapfire so far at this tournament?
I think, well, I haven't
From
seen
what we've
that
seen,
many of his
yes.
games here, but like leading up to this tournament, I thought he was the best Snapfire for sure.
Okay. And I think that this is it's definitely a different like route to go. Oh, but they leave in the Rubik, and yeah, App Store's just gonna.
They got to be like, oh right, tied snap. Why did we just do that again?
Yeah, I mean, they knew that this was gonna happen, so I feel like maybe they've got an idea of how they want to try and punish him in lane or something. That's the only thing I can think of. Or maybe they just, pick heroes that don't have spells, the all-passive heroes.
It just worries me because there's so much of the pool left in there that now just doesn't exist for you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's just heroes that I just don't want to play now. That's always been an issue with Rubik and Nyx Assassin. And sometimes you just have to be like, oh, we're still going to play Mag or whatever.
Right.
No thanks. Not versus Yapstor. Some players you'll get away with that. I'm not picking any of the big Rubik heroes versus the Yapstor Rubik.
Well, they do have now the ET band out, as well as the Luna. I think ET could have been a really good answer. That's the type of hero that I feel like would be nice to try and shut down his game. These heroes that are big and brawly and can punish maybe a little bit of a weaker 4-position laner.
I'm just going to throw it out there, but Tide Snap is just like, it seems like the most obvious synergy that I'm surprised it hasn't happened before. I remember this hero came out that once they shifted the shots to be the minus armor and the way that it functions now, these two just instantly became a good duo because it's a whole game combo. If they lane together, you have double minus armor with physical damage on the anchor smash. That's going to be good. You have Ravage into kisses later in the game. That's going to be good. Cookieing a Tide is also just great at pretty much any point in the game, right? It can be a save when you're dealing with like break problems like a Viper, or just even something as simple as a Silver Edge. You just need to buy a little bit more time for the Tide, right? When they're trying to focus down.
It can be a follow-up after the Ravage, too.
Yeah, all we needed was just some time. And now we've got the beautiful duo here. They both have really big mouths on the screen.
Really do.
Giant head duo.
Yeah, I like that. Well, they ban out the Invoker now as well as the Bloodseeker, so that does kind of signal. I mean, the main thing I think of is Pango.
Yeah, when you see the Bloodseeker for sure. Pango and Slark, right?
Yeah.
Those are the two heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Do LGD want to ban him out? It was banned in the first phase last game, if I'm not mistaken. Is that true?
5 seconds
Or no,
remaining.
that was
The Pango? Yep.
Spirit.
Yeah, no, it was banned out.
Okay.
Yep, Secret Bandit.
Thinking about taking it themselves.
It's almost like they're trying to bait LGD. Hey, you
Yeah.
guys want to pick Pango first? Huh? Yeah, look, we banned the Bloodseeker. Go ahead.
That's great.
You know what's
Take it
really
out.
good versus Pango? Rubik.
Yeah,
So,
you're not wrong.
You
That'd be
know,
cool.
like, this is the issue.
Yeah.
You've done this to yourselves, LGD. You gave it to him again. Although, again, I can't fault them that hard. I don't know if you first phase ban Rubik quite yet. That seems a little excessive. But you got to at least respect him a little bit more, I think, with your first two picks.
I mean, the monkey and the tiny bans are pretty hard to say no to.
Yep.
And getting Rubik in the end of the first phase, too. They banned out the Pango, too.
They're like, yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh.
okay, here he is. I have a theory, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell it to me.
Everyone ditched Chen at the last couple tournaments because they just didn't want him to get touched.
Okay.
And he still got a little bit of a nerf, too, even though he wasn't
right.
being played. Because he's still good. All right? Stack meta's gone. Whatever. Yeah, I know.
10
OG
seconds remaining.
European qualifiers. Stacking like 15 camps a game. Most of it in the first
5
like
seconds
10 minutes
remaining.
with Chen.
Still pretty good to do with Tidehunter
Still
in the game.
strong. That's right. Yeah. Confirm those stacks very easily.
But can
This-
also be a bully.
This looks like the OG lineup, speaking of which, where they then went for a Clinks. Very
Okay.
similar. In fact, well, it wasn't a Chen, but it was the Snap and the Tidehunter, I believe.
Okay.
Because it's, just some stack Dota, though. When I think of farming stacks, we're talking about Clinks. We're talking about, obviously, like some Sven, but he's being banned out right now. Some Medusa. Secret have played that. LGD, I don't think I've pulled that one out quite yet.
Using a good amount of reserve time here for Secret for this third pick now. I mean, this is obviously when you start to reveal the integral parts of your drafts. Like Ogre, Rubik can kind of fit into whatever.
Issues I see is they haven't banned out the Faceless Void this time, and that is also pretty good with the Snapfire. That could be maybe a pick for LGD.
Do they Alk here afterwards for LGD? The gold Shen Alk? Is that still a
They
thing?
stole it.
Okay. Interesting.
Wow.
So they were anticipating that Clinks that you were talking about
Maybe. I don't know.
from LGD, I'm saying.
No, I know, but like, is that really worth it to just like to steal?
10 seconds.
Yeah,
remaining.
I'm not sure.
I think that they mostly just wanted, I guess. But yeah, it could be a case of like, oh, you know, it'd be good for them Clinks. Oh, it'd be good for us Clinks. You know, sometimes that just happens.
We were talking about this on the panel the other day that like it's a little bit weird with Clinks and Bloodlust because you're obviously using the barrage more, which doesn't really impact by Bloodlust. But the thing that's kind of nice is that you can use the movement speed still. And I think Clinks is definitely a hero that can use a lot of that sort of jumping in and out of the fight and keeping distance, kiting people away. It's not often that we talk about the movement speed benefits of Bloodlust too.
And this should probably be, I don't know actually, probably a 3. Probably want less chances to, because then you have the opportunity to flex the Clinks between the mid or the safe lane.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, there you go. A little even more flex. This could even theoretically be a mid Doom, and it does give them a Tide answer, which we haven't really discussed. They have the Rubik, which is one sort of a situation versus a Tide Hunter, but you know what's better than stealing Ravage is just killing Tide before he Ravages.
Why not?
That's even better. So
10 seconds.
they'll try and go for the Doom to ensure that Kraken Shell won't be an issue.
5 seconds.
I feel
remaining.
like Chen is a cool answer to Rubik too. We didn't talk much about that just in general,
Yeah,
but in
true.
the laning stage, it's annoying.
Yeah, and the whole game, there's not really a good steal for
Yeah.
Rubik. You're not that, unless you somehow get Hand of God or something, but
Right.
that's probably not going to happen.
Well, Doom. One thing that is definitely missing from the secret draft right now is a type of vision hero, but we might end up seeing Zai go back for maybe a Helm of the Dominator again. It feels like he just likes that item a lot. Don't know how likely that is, but we'll see.
And they know the safe lane hero is probably going to face Rubik and Doom, and they go for the Wraith King, so someone who can fight a little bit, right, and combo up with some earlier Chen creeps if there's a rotation from the Snapfire. Like, let's say this becomes a Snap mid. This would be a very Beastcoast thing to do, where they always pick a stun for their carry, the Snap just TPs at level 6, and you get a free kill on the enemy offlaner, and also works with the Agnums really well. Like, this Snap getting an Ags would be really good this game.
5 seconds.
Between
remaining.
Wraith King and Tide Hunter and sending those two heroes, that is very powerful. Not a necessity, of course. Doesn't mean we have to just like, oh, this has to be Snap mid or it's bad. But the flex option is there. Could even be a Snap 3, theoretically. We could see like a 4 Tide. That's very doable.
We've even seen mid-tide. I think that much more often what we're seeing now is people just sort of allowing there to be a lot of flexibility between the lanes no matter what. And that just being such a high priority, particularly with this last pick here.
I think they'd get away with the Lina. Probably I would ban if I was LGD. Because like Silver Edge hero versus the Tide Hunter, as well as just like they have some decent beefcakes. Like it feels a little bad to have Clinks and Lina, but I could also understand why they do it. Because they have Ogre and Doom, so you can be like a little bit ahead. And then the other hero, of course, is just the Queen, right? Same concept we discussed in the last draft. Queen of Pain, Lina, they're good early picks. They're always pretty much going to be good throughout the drafting phase when you have the opponent like countering you on this last pick.
It feels like also setting up for that Lina pick with the TA ban here. We'll see if LGD decides to take that one away from them. I don't know if there's anything else that's more scary. I mean, Clinks is just such a weird hero right now to sort of understand that. There it is. They ban it.
Well, they ban it themselves, though.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, I kind of thought Secret might want it.
Oh,
I definitely think.
Yeah.
I think Secret looks even better though for LGD. Sorry, I think Lina does look better for LGD than it looks for Secret. Because Secret again have that like Clinks Lina issue.
Right.
They have no backliner like LGD. They have no one who's like sitting in the back and just throwing out damage. So one of these like ranged heavy damage heroes would have been really nice.
5 seconds remaining.
And they might even still go back for it for sure.
I wonder if that was their thought with the TA ban too. They're like, we don't want to play against that. We'll ban it, and maybe they'll ban Lina.
Yeah, could be. I think a Nisha Puck could be okay here, just because I think getting into fights is still a little bit tough for them. Like I wouldn't mind a Spirit hero here for Team Secret now that we're at this point.
Yeah, I'm wondering like if they have enough damage at that point. But that's what I was saying. Where like Clinks is so weird, where this hero, if they get to the stage that you sort of know Tumbaman can get to, can really take over the game. Wondering if the Puck is sort of would leave them with not enough damage through BKB. At least they're early going, but they probably can deal with it.
That would have been a kind of scary Leshrac game, I have to say. I know Secret have played it already, but running into these heroes, that's a lot of like cluster damage I see for a Leshrac hero. But either way, they don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with their towers perhaps melting on the earlier parts of the game. And not a Spirit, not a Puck, but the other option, the classic, the Kunkka, right? Another potential playmaker here.
Yeah, let's go SF or DP. last pick.
SF sounds hype.
That would be
DP sounds
sick.
better, but SF sounds hype.
Dude, it's good against Kunkka too. That would be fun.
It's okay versus like Doom and stuff too. Like it's like you get doomed, you're like, it's all right, you know.
I'm just gonna hang out.
It's fine. I'm just gonna keep swinging. Oh, alrighty. That's a ranged annoying hero.
Interesting.
With the combination of the Chen creeps too, so he's got some utility for his TPs, right?
I feel like this is a classic too, isn't it? Nothing to say, Tinker.
It's about to be.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Right? After that last game, if it's anything similar, it shall be a story tale to tell. And I have not got to see a Tinker at TI yet.
No, me either.
Finally, this hero obviously very scary in pubs. Most recently, it's offlane Tinker all over the place, but mostly the mid too. And yeah, we're kind of an expected one. Everyone's sort of wondering, how's it gonna do? Is Tinker going to be a really strong hero? Right now, this appears to be the first pick. Now, there might be a game like ongoing, but as of the finished matches, this is the first Tinker. So here we go. Well, no pressure. There's nothing to say. Didn't go so well for the Alchemist when you guys brought that out for the first one, but maybe this one will be a bit better.
We won't talk about that. That's fine. They put up a good showing in that game. You know what? We'll give it to them still nonetheless. They won in their hearts, but they didn't win in the actual tournament.
No.
But yeah, game number 2 now. Secret facing off against LGD. And a Tinker getting picked together with Chen thrown out there. We've got ourselves a Doom and a Clinks on the other side. A battle of what is the most broken heroes in Dota 2 happening.
Oh, wait. Incoming report.
Yes.
SG Esports victory with Tinker.
So they have played a Tinker as well.
A 53-minute game versus Fnatic.
Wow.
They took the victory.
Interesting.
Wow.
Spoilers.
That is, all right, my bad. But,
That's fine.
Spoilers were not enabled. I didn't see the button clicked. I'm sorry.
That's fair. Immediate smoke out right there as well as we get ready. A massive amount of tips going on right now. LGD tipping Yapsor and giving some tips back to XinQ. Love to see it. Have fun, have fun.
I'm dead.
So we do have the double smokes out right now, heading in towards the mid lane. Will they run into everybody as we have some more cheers coming in? Oh, the crowd's going wild. They're ready for the action. And Nisha, Nisha, look out, buddy. You came to the wrong neighborhood. He's going to get beaten down to death. The crowd appreciating that. XinQ going to draw first blood. Definitely not the way that you want that one to start. Would have loved to be able to give that, I think, over to the Tinker for the first blood, but XinQ will use that extra bit of gold to get off to a hot start.
Here is something interesting, though.
What's that?
That we're on the same sides again, aren't we?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, interesting. So we were discussing yesterday, at least, for our games, it has been always someone favoring Radiant and someone favoring second pick, right?
Hold that thought for a second now, as favoring one of these two sides, Ame is actually going to be able to force him back. And this is going to turn into a stun, and LGD get 2. Uppy also in some trouble, moving over to the side, nothing to say, gets him brought down. So finding 2 quick kills out of the gate is LGD. They're not messing around this time.
All right, well, Dire Side gives them 2 kills again here, so they're, yeah, apparently either they were happy to stay with that side. That's very interesting. So it's the first time this has happened.
The other thing that's interesting here also, 3 bounty runes, 2 kills. LGD is, yeah, definitely getting what they want. And this is going to be a double wave here. Nisha able to pull this one back. So nothing to say. Already trying to pull the creep wave back underneath this tower before the double wave comes in.
I will say overall, I feel pretty good about the Team Secret lineup. Obviously it's easy to say when they just won the first game, but I don't think this Tinker is like a massive gotcha. It's not like they're like lacking a lot of stuns or disables or anything. They have some tools that are very scary, like a potential Doom. Tinker has been pretty frustrating lately because of the addition of the Defense Matrix as a basic skill. Doom don't care.
Yes.
You get caught by Doom, you get war stomped, you get doomed, fight's over.
Now there is some interesting things that go on there with the status resistance and the Doom.
Yes, that is true. Does care about that, I suppose.
Right.
Well, let's say that's maxed out and it's 50%. That means you only get half the Doom duration, but of course you still take the full damage.
Right.
That's still 8 seconds of Doom, though.
It is. Nothing to say.
And that's 60 pure damage pretty fast.
I believe that's the thing also, the dynamic stuff, but keep our eyes on that as the game goes on here. Zai, doesn't look like he got that Culling Blade off the time, but got his Tango going very quickly, and Y taking a good chunk of damage. Tumbleman actually, a little bit of trouble. Faith Beyond and ZQ pairing together for the harassment. And up top also, Y being brought down fairly low. So both offlaners beaten down on the safe lane heroes.
You gonna make me tell the people?
Oh, I'm leaving it out there if you want to.
All right, press 1 if you want an explanation of status resistance and dynamic status resistance. Now, I'll let you guys know in on a secret. I can't actually see chat.
There it is.
I'm just going to assume that the first person said 1, and there are about 82s.
Yes.
But I'll tell you anyway. So some spells with status resistance, basically putting the status resistance on will actually update the spell. Now, a lot of times you get stunned. Let's say you get Defense Matrix. It doesn't actually make the stun end any sooner because you didn't have it on when you were initially stunned. Some stuns or abilities dynamically update. Doom is one of those. It makes sense. Many of the spells are ones that, do damage over time in addition to some sort of a disable. You can find them on the wiki. So what it means is that there is actually some concerns if, like, Zai dooms someone and then we were to have the Defense Matrix come out from nothing to say onto one of his allies, there's a chance he could actually kill them doing that by them taking the damage faster because of the dynamic update of the stats resistance, yada, yada, yada. So you guys can figure that out and make your cool little clips about it. But there you go.
Just so everybody knows what to watch for in this game, that is one of the things with Defense Matrix. It's a little bit funky. But nonetheless, we have a normal game of Dota 2 to go on, with the exception of that fun stuff. And so far, Secret coming out slightly ahead in all 3 of the lanes. Not anything to write home about. Really, it's just that Wraith King that's getting a little bit of extra pressure down there.
The main thing that makes it so interesting, though, is that because it means that you can actually, like, end a Doom faster, even though, like, Zai caught them first.
Exactly.
It's pretty cool. So in most situations, it's going to be a good thing for the Tinker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, you can just take half the distance duration off of it.
Yeah, one of your buddies who gets doomed. It's good.
Nisha gonna X himself.
Oh, down bottom. There's the combo.
Is it enough, though? Puppy down low, lots of minus armor. That was the squishiest looking ogre we've seen in a while.
This combo.
It's so strong.
Just makes sense.
He has a medallion already.
Yeah, you just rush it instantly. You have the minus armor together. Like, what are they doing right now? It's level 1 minus 3 from the Tide. Then you get yourself a medallion, so you're already down to 8 minus armor, and then you throw on top the little shredder.
It's so strong.
And look at the range that you can just harass and assault with it, too.
Well, and this is the power of that first blood that we saw. ZQ getting it this early means that this bottom lane is just going to be really difficult to deal with. Now, granted, they're still doing well in terms of the last hits, but this is the type of thing that could start to snowball if Secret are not careful. It's a creep.
Yeah. That's a little annoying. There you go. That's okay. Just grab a heartbeat. That is a great hero to get, though.
Why? Throw out the chain lightning. Punches down. Comes in.
Oh, that fairy fire.
Oh,
not enough.
And they head out of there. And down bottom again. They find a kill on Matumba Man. So this is what we were talking about. Like, the CS looking good, but the power of that medallion early, it's dangerous. And Nisha finds the X on a nothing to say. Gonna drop that boat. Oh, the mischance meant that he couldn't get the Tidebringer hit off. And now, Nisha thinking about dumping it under the tower. They're actually going to bring in this Chen. Gets multiple denies. Oh, and the turret! Chase down, looking for the finish. They get the stun off from the Yapzor land. Gets the kill. Yapzor will end up falling. But Y is the only one that gets the benefit from that one pretty much. And just like that, a nice kill onto the Tinker.
Wow. I mean, it was just like, he's like, all right, well, he's obviously hiding the trees, waiting for this bottle handoff, right? Like,
yeah,
like he's going to try and fill them and then give them the bottle. They want the value. Massive punish because of that. And now Y, it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm the mid now. I have the bottle. I'm hitting creeps.
True.
And, well, he'll get a fresh one. Imagine if he got torn again and that bottle was empty or something somehow. That would have been so sick.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Nisha, very strong, and they are bringing in this Chen creep.
Oh, I hate this. This is so good. Hate as the mid laner. I
Oh.
love this as a support player.
Oh, if they can make something happen, he's too strong. Yeah, nothing to say with the full mana pool.
He's chasing. He's zapping.
Oh, Nisha.
He's got the creeps, though.
Yeah, too deadly. And nothing to say. I mean, this Harpy literally just salvaged that. That could have been so much worse. Look at the damage on Matumba Man. XingQ on a killing spree. Level 5 at 6 minutes
Yeah.
on a Snapfire.
And Puppy's like, oh, I got the bounty, guys. You know, 'cause he can't really do anything. And
No.
if you as Ogre can't contest the offlane like this, that's a massive problem. You know, we had an Ogre in one of our previous matches where he kept dying.
Yeah.
Just kept like running into them the whole time. But it was good because his carry was still farming.
I mean, it was one of those things where we said at the moment, like, oh, it makes sense. You know, nothing to say would love to have gotten that hit, but look at this damage. Oh
he
my
actually
God.
just melts.
Dude, this is XingQ's game. Like, literally, he's going to win this for him if they're not careful. Like, I don't know what you do as Secret at this point, but this Snapfire is out of control.
How rich is he now? He's actually the same as the Clinks.
Yeah. But more than that, it's going to be the levels here, too, right?
Of course,
that
yeah.
level 6.
Dude, he's almost 6.
It's crazy.
What?
All right, this is the play. They have to make this move. So Faithbeyond is going to get punished. And Nisha able to find him with the X. The boat comes out. This is the hero that's really having a good time for Secret. So Nisha very much needing to make those movements.
Extra spikes that's Kunkka killing the Tide as well. So that's
yeah.
bonus morale points for the teams to get the good voice lines.
Look at Nisha smiling there in that little photo in the bottom. So pretty. It's good stuff.
And meanwhile, you know who's really happy is Yapsor, because he came back mid and
Not
grabbed this whole
happy,
wave.
though. Oh, Zai. Bring around the Rosie, looking for the stun. Not able to get it, but eventually they bring in the creeps. And LGD. Everywhere XingQ goes, death follows.
It's level 6. You know, why is 5.5 in 8 minutes too? These supports are huge right now.
Radiant's top tower
The slow beatdown. This is a really nice thing. It extends the duration of the minus armor when you do that with the little shredder. And then, of course, going for the medallion on the creeps that are hitting hit by the tower. There's so much pushing potential. X, though, on to nothing to say. This guy pops the haste rune, and that's going to keep him alive, able to get out of range of that torrent.
8-minute tower.
Yes, from LGD. I was so wrong about the freaking XingQ getting that first blood. It's completely changed this game, and LGD are dominating because of it.
And they don't have a triangle anymore.
No.
On Secret. It's gone. It has been taken away by Ame and friends. And it's a lot of friends. If you look over, they got 2 heroes with them. They got 3 creeps, and they're running now at your mid tower because they want this one too.
How do you stop this? Like, I don't know. Cookie out.
We know it's not Ogre.
Oh my God. The combo of the Chen and everything else. Puppy in some trouble. Gonna have the Mortimer's Kisses out if they want to use it. Puppy ends up dropping. The kisses are coming. Nisha's in trouble, trying to get close. Give him a hug, why don't ya? As 3 fall, they do lose the Chen. But the slow and steady beatdown that we're seeing on these buildings on the heroes.
Oh, can I get another one of these Wraith King kicks on that tower, please?
That is good stuff.
That's a quality animation.
Now, they don't have the Chen with them, which means the mech isn't here yet. But still, the...
Oh, look at him just punt these creeps.
He's doing it. Tower
It's
going
gone.
to fall.
Oh, what a swarm here.
It's too quick. Like, the pressure that's coming on. Zai, he has to be the one to stand his ground in front of all of them.
They know he has no Doom, though, so he's not that scary right now.
There's no kisses.
All right, he's just got enough mana.
He's going to be fine through that one, but now the turn onto Zai, and it's also going to increase that damage with the Cookie afterwards. Nicely played. Cookie stolen, turns it back around, tries to bring down this Wraith King. He's got to get out of there. Yapsor again, he was the same, but there's the Hand of God, comes in at the last second. The Ravage afterwards, a great combo comes out. They're going to take down Yapsor. And looking for more, Matumba Man shows up, hoping to salvage this. But the Cookie in! Dude, XingQ, you weren't wrong!
There's no way.
So strong! The best freaking Snapfire of the tournament so far.
How? How do they all get out?
Wild! Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm just stunned right now. That was so insane. I thought that was going to be a serious problem there when the Wraith King, like, because it kind of looked like a bad time to use your Wraith King ulti because you didn't have, like, the cookies to follow up, or the Mortimer Kisses to follow up there, so it's, like, a little bit dangerous.
Oh, and Nisha
yeah, you can't go down here.
Goes back in, another round of spells, doesn't have it, gets away on nothing now. Yapsor trying to salvage this, steal and rearm. Takes him a little while to spin in a circle, but can't quite get in range for Faith Beyond.
All right, Yapsor's on farmer time. He's got a lot of clarities. He's going to head to the jungle.
Fade Bolt rearm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a little expensive.
Well, yeah. That's what happens. Although I guess he could do some stuff with... I mean, he has to buy his TP, though, so that's annoying.
So here's a little bit of an issue, guys. If you saw these Clinks games, you know, We talked about stacking Ancients. Clinks goes and farms them. Their triangle is not a friendly place.
Not at all.
Bottom's not very friendly for LGD, though. That's going to be a grab. Zai also smoked in for this, which is, maybe a little unfortunate because he just shows up at the end, but at least you don't need the Doom. They got themselves a kill. And he now has the Midas done as well. And then right for that BKB. So pretty standard build on the Doom, and Kunkka following suit. Yeah, this tends to happen. Whenever you see the Kunkas that rush this BKB build, it's because they have another ally who can play with them at a similar timing. Maybe not necessarily like with a BKB themselves, but in this case, Doom is like one of the only other heroes that likes to rush the BKB this early. So it's a very interesting pairing for those reasons.
And I think that really it's those types of heroes that can run into the middle of things and make a lot of space, and they're going to need it because Clink's had a rough game. The thing about him, though, is that this hero farms fast. We see 4 points in the barrage. The Maelstrom is done for the Clinks, and Matumba Man is going back to a 3-stack.
Here's a nice little example here. Yeah, you guys haven't been watching any Clinks games. This is why the hero is still picked. You just pull out the Ancients like this, throw in your barrage in a couple seconds, and let the Zaps do some work.
Yeah, and they drop rather rapidly. So just need 2 rounds of it, basically, and then you're going to be back up again. And you take a look, and he's level 9 right now. Comparison there to the Wraith King already at 10, so he's starting to make that catch-up happen very quickly. But the big differential here is feeling like the supports. XingQ has that medallion done, is keeping this pressure on with the Chen creeps and everything else, and LGD now 2 of the tier 1 towers taken and a 3,000 gold lead for them.
And that mid is just, it's so low right now.
Yeah.
I feel like they can just straight up rotate there from that bottom tower after taking it if they want. There is good vision in this area of the map. Does get dewarded. Oh, does he get the gold? Oh, he just got it for him. Disappeared. The value century. Well done.
Made it happen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's going to be...
But yeah, just run mid. I mean, force fight, have Ravage, team.
I don't know if Secret's even going to come to
I don't think they can. There's just no way. I mean, I think they will. I think they want a Doom fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're going to be able to do anything here. Puppy moves into position, but already the tower is basically just down with the skeleton. So yeah, Secret, they're going to leave this one alone for now. But come on in and contest the farm. Don't give Matumba Man anything.
You know what's not fun? Getting double counterpicked at the end of a draft.
It's true.
That's not an enjoyable time. Doom, Wraith King. Kunkka, Tinker. Tinker's not quite as bad. That's more of a game counterpick, I suppose. But, whoa! That's a big old army of creeps.
Oh my god. Rubik in some trouble there. Does get doomed. Still going to chase him down and kill him. Wall doomed. Faithion does not care about Zai all that much, and now Pup moves in as well. Gonna be brought down low. X Torrent done. So they do manage to find themselves a tide kill. That's a very important one for Secret.
Yeah, Aster tried to go for the save by stealing the Chen steal, but then Chen just took the creep right back.
Yeah, it works. So another little lull in the action. It's been LGD sort of steadily keeping this game in their hands, although they haven't really blown it up in the way that you sometimes see teams do, where they get a lead and then just sort of keep their foot on the gas. It's been a couple of moments here and there where Secret have found an avenue to pull back away a little bit.
I would say that a Doom lineup is very similar to an Alchemist lineup in the sense that the gold lead isn't quite accurate. I would say that this 2K lead is probably more like a 3 or a 4K lead. Doom tends to be a little bit inflated compared to usefulness, unless you make plays like this, that's for sure.
Well, no Doom this time, but maybe you can go for the chase down.
He needs the big stomp.
There is the status resistance.
See ya.
Go away, and
bye.
Now they walk away.
Team's just TPing like, nope, not our mid. And great ward down here. XingQ gonna pass right over it. Might go back into the ward depending on this action here as Y goes for the high ground. Gives himself some vision of the surrounding area. And YapzOr actually still hanging out down here. Doesn't have TV for 18 seconds, so not much of a choice.
They stomped him. Gotta be careful. But they're bringing in help. Yeah, they're just going to turn his back around and Zai. I don't think he can do enough. He's in trouble now. The chase down comes in. The Hex is there to get him away. Pig pull run. Oh my god, nothing to say. It's so low. He ends up killing him with 50 HP. Wow.
That's almost an Aghanims.
That's a very scary state of affairs for Secret if you can get into that.
And what's really crazy is they had like no opportunity to punish these towers. Like up top right now there's a catapult. They need to get this top tower because soon this is going to be like full on Tinker, right? Then how do you get this? Oh, a nice little heat map there. That's in QA.
Yeah,
that's about right. He's been everywhere.
Making the moves wherever the team needs him to, but a lot of damage dealt there in that bottom side of the map. I believe Tidehunter is running into a little bit of no man's land here with that invis. And not all that much that's going to be able to keep him alive.
Don't do it, Faith Beyond. Don't
He's
ravage.
Thinking about it.
Don't do it.
Ugh.
All right, good.
Eventually they bring him down. Can they fight down bottom now? I think LGD have this tower.
Without a blink on Doom, it's pretty hard.
Glyph's lasting a while, trying to keep a hold of that mid tower at the same time too. And yeah, with ZingQ there, getting all that minus armor onto the tower, they clean it up and gonna have access to the outpost.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's just able to keen conveyance around right now.
Okay. Smoke coming in from LGD now. As they will try and head towards the north side of the map. Nisha is already in here, has the BKB. It's not going to be an easy kill if they tried to go on him.
All right, they need to be concerned about LGD right now.
Nisha. ZingQ spots him.
Oh, this is bad for Nisha, though. Just get out and don't waste your BKB, because like you have a very, very strong timing coming right now for Secret, right? And that they should be very concerned about for LGD, because it's going to be triple BKB first item for Secret. Okay, maybe not first for Matu, he doesn't really count, but he's a carry, so yeah, it comes out relatively soon. They want this Roche before they want to make that BKB fight happen on the side of Team Secret. And it looks like they're going to get it because of all this minus armor. They're sneaking it away pretty quickly here.
Yeah, going even for the Deso on Ame.
Oh, I say that. Yeah.
Whoa, the ZingQ catches him. Saying, hey, how you doing? Want to get in there and get a little bit of action going. Puppy going to get brought down by ZingQ, and now looking further forward for Nisha, forces out that BKB. Nice. That is going to be Roche claimed by LGD, getting the kill onto Puppy, and now continuing to try and tighten their grip on this game number 2 here after losing the first one. Zai goes in on this one now. Doom comes out. Stolen little shredder. ZingQ's taking a lot of minus armor there. The Hand of God is going to come out, and that might be enough to keep him alive.
Okay, he hasn't died yet.
No.
Think about all the action he's been. He's 7-0-8. That's 15 kills involved with, and there's 17 kills.
This guy's just so good.
There is no one else in this game right now. It's like all him. It's crazy. No one else is even close to that level of involvement.
ZingQ is such a stud. Like, since the Serenity days, like, everything about him, he's just, like, a really unique and interesting player.
The next closest is 10.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
Absolutely ridiculous how active he's been.
So, 3,000 gold lead. And with the Aegis in hand, how does Secret try and stall this one out? And likewise, what do you think LGD's sort of goal is going to be for the next couple of minutes with this this Aegis in hand?
I think that despite this game feeling really good for them, they're not out of the woods yet at all.
Right.
Like, I actually think these BKB timings are pretty scary, because then I think the fights are harder for LGD to force, and then your net worth starts looking a little bit weird, because it starts like going all into the Tinker, and sometimes a Wraithian can struggle to keep your own net worth up without like really suffocating all your other allies. So they just want to keep forcing fights right now. Try and really utilize this Aegis, and try and force bad BKBs. That's like the dream to me at this moment.
Well, Atheon moving down here bottom. Seeing if they can find somebody.
That ward has had so much value. Like, it's done so much for Secret.
There's the wraparound, but not going to be able to find him. So yeah, they're just going to push down bottom. But this tower's already gone, actually. So not a whole lot to gain down here besides pushing Secret away in that outpost. Yeah, great ward.
Shove him back over to the other side and disassemble Dragonlance there for the BKB. Matu wants to pick it back up, though. And I believe we're still 9 on everyone. Oh, no, sorry. We had the 4-sale BKB right on Kunkka. Yeah. So we got 8 on Kunkka, but 9 on the other 2 cores for Team Secret.
A little bit of a weird smoke there, ZingQ. Hello, how are you?
Oh, this is the streak. It's going down.
A lot of gold.
Of course. Of course. How? Puppy, why?
He's trying to get that shard.
You did not need this.
Trying to get that shard. You know? That gives it to him. There you go.
Puppy's a genius. That's like the last golden flux he's going to get this game.
Yeah.
He needed that 1 kill.
Listen, don't kill him. Don't kill him.
Trust me, guys. Fire Shield's broken. Also, there's a Tinker in their base right now. But it's gone.
You can just kind of do whatever he wants this game, it feels like.
Until Zai has Blink.
Yes.
This is my concern.
Right.
Imagine Zai with a Blink in this game. What stops him? Like Abyssal Wraith King, eventually?
Right.
Is that where we're at, you know?
I mean, he's been very, very free continuously, and looks for the jump. Yapzor pulls him back. Nisha outside the base still, nothing to say, keeping that pressure on. It does look like they are gonna again back away. Does he have that blink yet? Is it on that line yet? No, he's still a little ways away.
Not yet. It's gonna be a little. I mean, he's a Doom though, so sooner rather than later.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, they approach the tower. There's still a minute 15. It feels like that rush was so long ago, but still threatening the tower with the 3 lives of Wraith King.
With that, he's going to step up, take this tier 2, close that one out. Secret still dodging away, but they're really not losing out on that net worth. Like you're talking about the Doom effect that you get with the Midas and Devour, of course. But with the Fire Shield, it does start to feel like, if they can just take that one fight.
Sa school, meron tayong mga athletes. Meron mga cheerleaders. Yung mga musicians. Siyempre, hindi natin pwede makalimutan yung mga TikTokers natin dyan. Pinaka-importante ay yung mga matatalinong estudyante. Axie Freshman Scholarship Program ng skills. Kailangan lang tayo matutong gumamit.
And now with just a couple of minutes left here, or a couple of seconds left rather, kind of feeling like, you just sort of, if you're Secret with this timing, do you want to try and get active themselves? Is that probably like a smart play?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, just blink it out. You want to catch the Aegis, right?
Yeah.
It's over. Let's go. It's regenning right now onto our Wraith King. So, maybe not killing the Wraith King would be good though, right? I mean, ideal hero, probably Tide or Tinker. One would think maybe Doom the Tinker, kill the Tide. Doom the Tide, kill the Tinker.
Easy.
Probably have to Doom the Tide, of course, assuming that he's not just like off in some random corner and his Ravage will be worthless.
Instead, they won't find anybody down bottom, so Matumba Man eats up a creep. They're going to wrap back the other direction. Could potentially smoke again if they want to, but LGD still going by their game plan of tower to tower to tower.
Swarm.
Yeah, just so many summons on this one.
Such a swift punish. You're just not there. Like, Secret aren't really even worried about contesting, I don't think, because they just know. Like, they'll never get there in time. You're going to show up in pieces, and then if they go for, like, some sort of just a quick catch, because they have a lot of initiation, right? They have a blink on the Tide. They have a blink on the Wraith King. Zinky was thinking about blink earlier, but opted for this Lotus instead. Probably going to be targeting Faith Beyond, but Lotus versus Doom is just like, it's good, but at the same time, it's not incredible. Because, obviously he still gets Doom.
He got his Doom off
yes,
on the target.
Maybe he gets Doom too, that's okay.
They feel like they're safe because of that ward. LGD, this wraparound could be huge. Oh, do they know? Are they aware? They scout out Nisha, jump in. Oh, he gets out of there!
That was
Ravage onto nothing! Dude, what a reaction. Doesn't manage to steal Ravage, but still scary. Jump off to the side, ZQ. He gets up to the high ground. The barrage, not going to be able to chase him down. Failed initiation. But a better response, and Secret managed to escape. What a weird series of events that was.
And it looks like the lingering members here should be fine. Yapster's just kind of playing around, I feel like, at this point.
Oh, man, that was their moment for LGD.
That was a sick invis. Nisha, whew, he was ready, that's for sure. I saw Puppy turn around and give him the shield.
Wait, look at this guy.
Dude, is there a play
Dude,
here?
look at this guy. Oh, he almost got him. They were looking for it. They couldn't get the lift in time. All right, he's on some stuff right now. He's feeling himself.
That was so smart.
Yeah.
I'm so sad that what he does for the community, that's a serious sacrifice.
It's the only thing that makes sense,
No other reasoning I can think of.
Yeah. Wow. 4,000 gold lead now. So LGD managed to gain a little bit, but again, that's not really the most important part of this one. Nisha again moves in, hits the big one. Stun afterwards. Is it going to be enough though? He's broken. He's stunned. Pulled back in. Boat down afterwards. Nisha chasing. wanting to do something with this BKB, but the jump comes forward.
Well, remember, Zai's holding the Doom because he knows there's no Ravage, and he knows that Lotus is there, so he pump fakes in.
No.
Doesn't want to get doomed himself.
Weird fights all around. XinQ throws out that little shredder.
He has to be careful, though, because once he sees that Lotus on someone else, Zai is very ready to jump XinQ. They know how important he is to these fights.
Yeah, and just heads on back home, throws the defense matrix out, and ready to go again with nothing to say. 17-8. And LGD, they can just sort of park it down here, and then the Tinker can push out these side lanes. So they're trying to hunt now on Secret. They're hoping that a Tinker is going to TP down bottom, waiting to set up for him.
Such a stark difference to game one, where we talked a lot about Zai and Matsu, but this game, not mentioned so much because Zai and Matsu were so active game one, trying to create plays around the map and advance the agenda of Team Secret. Now Matsu has been quietly just farming away. You know, ever since they lost that top tower, there were some concerns of his farm. It was a little bit slowed down. He's not the mega accelerated Clinks that we saw from OG. He wasn't given like quite as much space early on by actions across the map, but I would say that he's done a very good job considering the map's state of getting this much net worth. They lost their towers very early.
And he was getting bullied, like,
Yeah.
super hard.
His lane was rough.
So, like, the fact that he's been able to come back and be top... Whoa, hello. Puppy. They was not expecting that one.
No.
He just came out of nowhere.
Oh, Zai's going for the classic lurk spot right now.
Okay. I mean, they have to come and deal with this, right? Like, tower's dead. It's gone. Pulls him back in that much closer. Don't think that he cares all that much about it. The cookie follows from ways away, but Zai jumps in, finds it. Oh, the Doom turnaround there. Nothing to say is going to be there with the defense matrix. Tries to get off on his buddy. And Ame still standing tall, walks forward, finds himself the Kunkka, and now the Hex out. They're able to connect onto the Clinks, tries to run away from it, but it's not going to be enough. The chase down, triple kill, nothing to say.
XinQ's insane. He hesitated. He held that Lotus Orb on purpose, because he knew that he was in this like mental battle with Zai of what was going to happen with that Doom.
Oh,
and he put it on like right before the Doom came out. He was like watching the arms of Doom before he threw that thing on there.
This guy's good. Knows what he's
Turns
doing.
out.
Unreal. And now they've got the Ancients. They're running down the lanes one by one. A very, very close game number one has turned into the last couple of minutes just snowballing ahead.
And they still have Ravage right now.
Yeah, they're ready. They're perfectly fine. So a 15K goal lead. Double Racks comes out. LGD not going to drop down 2-0 without a fight.
Man, it's so well played by LGD. So much patience before, because like it's felt like they've been winning this whole game, but the lead has been pretty marginal through a lot of this. You know, it's not been a big gold lead or anything like that. XP, sure, maybe a little bit more, everything, but I mean, at some points it was still even in their favor for a long part in this game. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
You know, it was not so bad, but they had to wait for that one perfect moment. They found it. 2 lanes now gone, and a Roche to boot, and our Shard here being passed off to the Wraith King. That looks good.
Make sure that he's just going to make that reincarnation happen no matter what.
Or maybe, yeah, I don't know. I didn't see that.
It's interesting, right? Because, like, Puppy's the one that, excuse me, Puppy, I'm so used to saying freaking Chen. Y is the one that's sort of been able to eclipse XinQ in terms of net worth, but this has really been XinQ's game. And he has made so many of the plays that just allowed them to propel into snowball.
I've spent 30 minutes talking about him. I don't feel bad about it.
That's fair.
Pretty sure that's the correct person to talk about this match.
So 17,000 gold lead now. And Scotty done. What do you have left in the tank, Secret? It's going to be a tough one, trying to hold off to this last lane of racks, particularly when you have a Tinker that can keep those other ones pushed out so continuously.
Best chances, some crazy steal from the App Store. Unfortunately, in this game, it's pretty much limited to like the Whoa! He's waiting. That's the play.
It's ready.
That's the play.
Oh my God! Yo!
All right, that's what you needed. Big play, App Store. Lurking in the trees. He did that way too many times.
Yeah.
You know, he kept getting away with it, and Yap Store was just like, no, not this time. I will lurk in that spot that you've been going to constantly.
LGD is still going high ground. Oh, the hubris, the hubris. They buy back on the Tinker. You can't afford to lose this guy. Now the kisses come out. Big old break, punch down, and Wraith King gonna die once. A lot of damage dealt by Mortimer's kisses, but the eyes on the prize. LGD gonna try and clean up.
He's in there again.
Dude, he's so crazy. He's out right in front.
He has no fear.
No. Nothing to say, not afraid. Jumps in, Ravage comes out, big old catch there. Do they have enough damage? It looks like it. Capsor tries to back away. But he gets the blink off. Nothing to say, able to escape. Dead on Clinks, dead on Puppey. And with Mega Creep's boot, that's going to be Psg.Lgd tie the series up.
Ah, beautiful Dota. Both games here from these two top teams. Perhaps expected that it was going to go 1-1, I would say. And what a show they put on to bring us that. Secret still, I would say the underdogs, obviously, with how well LGD have been performing lately. But as Secret, no, it does come at a cost, right? Of being good. Everyone watches your games and stuff, so perhaps Secret's, obviously game one especially, went very well for them. They looked a lot like LGD in game two, right? Where it just felt like you got a lead and you just kind of carried it through and you didn't make too many big mistakes.
Right.
LGD almost flawless this game. Excellent advancement across the map. I feel like their map movements and the way they moved as a unit and just like quickly took an objective before there was any chance to counterattack was very well done.
I was really impressed, and I think that game number one is going to be the more memorable one, but this is the type of game that like you want to win in that fashion if you're going to be one that tries to take like all of TI. And coming in as the favorites, you want to see that if you're an LGD fan. So still a lot more Dota to come in just a little bit. We're going to come back with our second series of the day, but for now, to a quick break. See y'all afterwards.
Больших перерывов у нас не бывает в групповой стадии, друзья. У нас стартует следующий матч. Мы перемещаемся к группе...
Привет.
Здравствуй. Мы перемещаемся к группе A, я правильно понимаю?
Да, да, потому что здесь играет ОГ, поэтому я такой на позитивчике.
А я на позитивчике, потому что играет Астер, друзья, в полном составе возвращения малыша Диди, зубастика нашего.
Чётко.
Он смог, он молодец. У него очень тяжелая история. Ну, вы знаете, да, друзья, IG и Астер, ну, расскажу для тех вкратце, кто
Не в курсе, что
был,
они
да?
заболели, и один
Коронавирусом.
из 10 заболел совсем хорошо, и это Диди.
Скорее плохо, да. И вчера его не было. Вчера команда Астер играла с заменой, с своим там тренером-консультантом, непонятно кем.
Потому что тренер их и так играет.
Да, тренер их и так на
Так
пятой позиции,
получилось.
Так получилось. Об этом тоже расскажем попозже. Так вот, сыграли они 0-4, проиграли все карты. Где-то на старте у них получалось неплохо, но потом игра сыпалась. Сегодня Диди вернулся, и первый матч против OG. Команды, которая вчера отыграла 3 серии, 2 из которых выиграла и одну сыграла в ничью. То есть фактически сейчас фаворит группы A играет против аутсайдера группы A. И Астер во что бы то ни стало нужно набирать баллы, набирать очки, исправлять то, что у них получилось вчера. Получится или нет, друзья, вот узнаем уже в самое ближайшее время, в ближайшие 2 часа. Это будет непростое испытание для команды Астер, но с присоединением вновь в DD у них есть все шансы показать хороший тут.
Ну, я надеюсь, что они проиграют, потому что, очевидно, болеют за ОГ.
А я, очевидно, за Астер.
Да, поэтому как пойдет. Но очевидно, да, что никто не будет сейчас пока отдыхать. То есть даже 5-1 это недостаточно, чтобы гарантировать себе выход в верхнюю сетку. Поэтому под конец, там вот 4-й день, ребята реально могут какие-то подчилить. То есть там условно идешь 7-0 счет, гарантированно в топ-4, тебе, ну, не критично играть последние 2, прям на максималочку выкладывать и так далее. Сейчас критично. Поэтому все будут играть и показывать лучшую доту на свете.
Нюансы при всем том результате, что показали OG, все-таки возникали. OG не так хорошо проводят стадию лейнинга. Это, на мой скромный взгляд. Я не посмотрел, признаюсь, не все карты. Не получилось там. Посмотрел большинство. И там на лейнинге прям возникали проблемы у OG. Большие проблемы. На это могут Астер надавить. С другой вопрос, надо понимать, друзья, что Астер, будучи сейчас полным составом, не могут, наверное, гарантировать и свою стопроцентную форму, да, потому что все еще какая-то ослабленность будет присутствовать, все еще какие-то практисы с DD они не смогли сыграть. Опять, насколько...
Я бы мог сейчас сказать, что и Бабоки не хватает. Как у другой команды, да, папарацци, и у другой команды Maybe, но тем не менее, есть у тебя просто, может быть, информация, почему он так сделал.
Что именно?
Ну,
Переименовался?
поменялся, да.
То они периодически меняют свои никнеймы. Ну,
Вот по фану, просто когда у тебя человек типа, там 5 лет играет, и единственный его казус, это когда он по одной интересной причине не доехал до мажора.
Так он до этого переименовался.
Ну ладно. Но тогда он еще все равно везде шел, как Бабока.
Ну, видишь, DD, когда-то раньше был DD, сейчас он White Album, и это большой мой грех. Заранее сразу извиняюсь, что периодически я буду White Album называть DD. Друзья, постараюсь называть его White Album, как он сейчас сам себя называет. Назвал он себя так в честь, по-моему, какого-то аниме, но я особо не специалист в этой области. До этого был DD. Вот. Ну, и при этом там ребята из OG тоже никнеймы меняли. Мы помним Себа, старый никнейм, да. Поэтому это свойственно профессиональным игрокам.
Замечу, что, допускай, как было с Сантой и, возможно, как было с Себом, их попросили.
Поменять, да?
Санту прямо пришли и сказали, чел, надо бы что-нибудь придумать. Как с Пашей было, на самом деле, типа, когда ему тоже, знаешь, намекнули, что, наверное, не надо так оставлять.
Но при этом у Себа был Мэтт, никнейм.
С кем, не с кем, как у него там тоже был парень из Юго-Восточной Азии.
С Кэмберлу.
Не-не, у него там вот... Короче,
да.
Ты понял, про что это?
Да, я понял, про что.
Потому что разные ситуации. Дота у нас не лол, как говорится, поэтому здесь
Осталось 10 секунд.
просит игроков никнеймы
Астер,
такие не использовать.
Ну, Астер это не тот случай, тут скорее
Осталось
инициатива
5
от
секунд.
самих игроков пошла, поэтому так. Ну, в любом случае, состав сейчас полный, это хорошо, друзья. Как минимум, от Астер мы сможем понадеяться и ожидать той доты, которую они показывали буквально месяцем ранее, где они выигрывали 2 подряд китайские лиги против топовых китайских команд, занимали первые места, обыгрывали в финалах Avicii Gaming. Это короли онлайна. Надо вспомнить то, что они выигрывали DPC сезоны. На мейджорах не получалось ничего, но что касается онлайна...
Свои лиги, да,
катают
и
хорошо.
вот эти, там у них последние игры, там условно против каких-нибудь Вич, там, да, 3-1,
3-0,
3-1 и так далее. То есть они реально хорошо показывали себя по итогам сезона. То есть открываешь какой-нибудь там элефант, ты смотришь, что-то тут с большой, тут какое-то 4-е место, короче, все плохо, да, ну, ты говоришь, типа, фавориты. Lgd там не каждый раз стреляют. Астеры на китайских лигах реально это короли.
Короли. При этом надо сказать, что против них сейчас соперник, который скорее короли лана, чем онлайна.
И пока не то, чтобы это прям совсем лан, и Астер заабузили, и по идее на лан они как раз таки
Осталось
не
10
попадут.
секунд.
То есть
до конца.
у них вот прямо сейчас ситуация приближенная к буткемпу.
Да?
Осталось
Максимально. Ну, то есть,
Ну, они
понятно,
по своим номерам только сидят, они
по
все
своим
вместе.
номерам, да. То есть комфортно, из домов